Yo, this is Zeladina representing for Ras Tafari and the whole Lion Voice family. Now listen this is the realest thing. Him closer to me than a brother. Him a me G, me a tell him I'm a lion. Me a go tell you how me feel, me a go keep it real. Me nah go wait till him lay down on the mark. Lion Voice never talk bad about me yet. Him realness me can't forget. Cause when a game time him never bench me, him never rise up against me yet. No, the friendship connect. It's funny how we can talk in front of a million people and never yet drop no catch. So a loyalty till death. Lion Voice, a Zeladina representing. Up, up, up.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chasmach Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Panafrican Happy Man. I'm an entertainment attorney, I'm an author, I'm an actionist, I'm an artist, and right now I'm the host of the Lion Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice, where the Lion Pride reside on the internet. How do you become part of the Lion Pride? If you subscribe to this channel, you are officially part of the Lion Pride. And this is the solution side of the internet. That means that we come to put together solutions. If you want to see Rastafari own media platforms, multimedia platforms, you want to hear the voice of Rastafari on a wide range of subjects, you have come to the right place. Today we're going to touch a relationship topic, but before I get into the relationship topic, and this again, I'm going to target this to the Rastafari brethren. The analytics have come in. It is clear this channel is over 90% male channel, so I want to be able to cultivate the Rastafari man to lead the Rastafari future, because we need more strong brethren to lead the families that are going to be the pillar for this heaven on earth that we talk about so much, this Zion on earth that we talk about so much on this channel. And if you don't believe it, go look into the catalog or the Lion log and you will see all of the content that we have about the alternative to Babylon and what we're building, the works that we're doing in Ghana. Speaking of the works that we're doing in Ghana, next strong special Lion Voice episode, we're gonna be celebrating the 21st birthday of Habisha, helping Africa by establishing schools at home and abroad. Habisha is responsible for the Kazi project that has been a major focus of this channel. Habisha was also the reason I first went to Ghana. I've been clear about that on the channel, my non-profit work. That's the Actionist side. Habisha is a 501c3. We're going to be doing a digital donor event, so we're going to provide you with some information on that on my platforms as well. So stay tuned for that. We have so much content coming, so much exclusive. This is a repatriation channel. This is not a talking channel where we just come talk about things. No, this is a channel where we live Rastafari. So saying that, we're getting into the topic, which is discipline. You've seen it here, and in particular we are going to be looking at discipline, and we just call it D discipline right now. We don't have to keep going till that sound there. But this is very important for the brethren because, again, the family is the building block of the society. But what we see is that we have a lot of brethren with baby mothers, meaning that they slept with women who they did not wife, or they did not take on to themselves as a wife. They are not living in the same home. The child is now put into a single parent environment. The child is not afforded that protection. The retention in the faith suffers because we don't have the strong families to build the strong institutions to employ our youth. The cycle continues. And then we have a lot of brethren in the music fraternity. And remember, I'm an artist, so I'm going to be honest. A lot of brethren in the music fraternity, they're promoting basically gallus culture, whole heap of women. We don't really see them with no wife, no example. Those who may have a queen, we don't really see them too much. So what we get is a picture of Rastafari in chaos. We get a Rastafari nation that is weakened because we don't have that structure. And what did Haile Selassie Kadamawi look like? He was married in 1911 with Empress Menen. You know, I did a song about Empress Menen. That's the first line. Married in 1911.
Well, since we're talking about the queens then, would I have to talk about Empress Menen? Well then, man a big up all him girlfriend, not say nothing about Empress Menen. Well then, go on chant until the world end. Would I have to talk about Empress Menen? Well then, all the girls we defend, have to talk about Empress Menen. Well then, married in 1911, with a love that come from heaven. Well then,
so marriage is a part of the institutions that we have been tasked to build as a Rastafari man. And you know that I talk about the Rastafari man standard on this channel. So we have to build more solid marriages. And to do that, again, it brings us forward to the topic of today, discipline and discipline in general. Because what I see in my chart is a lot of indiscipline within I Rastafari family globally. And we have to be honest. We have to be prepared to have the uncomfortable conversations right now. And when we talk about the discipline, you know, I want to be very practical because I know mankind is mankind. So if you're out there, use precaution, use protection. Do not start any families bring children into the world without a plan. You know, really consider right now in this Armageddon. I've seen brethren put themselves in precarious situations, you know, derail their plans because they didn't, you know, they were just moving through, and you can't afford to do that as a young brethren right now. Be intentional. If you don't have a plan, you don't have a good economic foundation, don't, you know, deal with the system and bring a child into this world and stray you from your purpose. The purpose comes first. So again, youth man, take it from a bigger brother. The time of discipline has come upon the earth. We have a lot of brethren who love to smoke the cannabis, and we give thanks for the healing of the nation. However, are you making sure that you're productive when you are using this ancient medicinal plant? You know, what structures have you put in place to ensure? Do you have a to-do list? Certain things. So we're going to look at 5 areas which every Rastafari man must exercise discipline in. Okay? And they all relate back to the discipline, because we're going to relate it to the sister in them, because at the end of the day, we're not doing the best on that part of the chad, and that is the foundation to everything that we're talking about. We can sing, we can chant till we can't chant no more. If the family is not in the proper order, we're chanting in vain, we're singing in vain. And His Majesty again is the example. So don't look at what the child's man. I don't come here to be a perfect person. This is not that channel. I have my flaws, I give thanks that I've been married for 15 years. This year will be 16 years to Iman Queen, and I've been with my queen over 20 years consecutively. I give thanks for that. But don't feel like I didn't have a past. We treaded the wrong route, that gallus route, and we'll talk about that. I'm probably going to interview a couple of brethren on this channel who live that gallus life so we can interrogate this whole thing. That might be interesting. Let me know in the comments if you think that would be interesting. Ras reasoning with a gallus, and we try to come to some fullness on the black family. I think that might be interesting. And okay, remember, Ask Lion Voice, send your relationship questions to Ask Lion Voice. And I want to big up, at the time of the airing of this video, one of the subscribers reached out and said that they're going to be coming on board as a patron. So remember, we do have the Patreon. This would be the first Patreon. And I also want to say, let's just go into some housekeeping. Remember, I'm going to give you the 5 areas, but let's just go into some housekeeping. We passed 500 subscribers, so we give thanks. Remember to subscribe. We're on our march to 1,000 subscribers. We're seeking to monetize this channel. We're not hiding our intention because we're building our own platform. Babylon is corrupt, Babylon is dirty, Babylon is nasty. We don't have to dwell on what they're doing, but what are we doing? Actionist means that we are building the solution, and to build a solution we require economics, and therefore we march forward to monetization. So we give thanks to everyone who has subscribed on the channel, and now we'll jump into 5 areas which every Rastafari man and woman too, because sister in them can take a lot from this. Just because my channel is mostly male viewership, sister in them can benefit too. 5 areas where you must exercise discipline, and we'll touch a little bit. Number 1, your time. We have to be disciplined with time. When I schedule a meeting, I try to be there early and log in. If it's a Zoom meeting, if it's an in-person meeting, I find a lot of I as Rastafari in discipline with our time. When we come to meet, we come late. If we come in late, we don't send no sound. We have to be disciplined with time. But let us also relate it to the sister in them. Are you spending a lot of time wooing sister that you do not see as a wife material? That means that she's never exhibited. Are you spending time chasing down the sexy body girl them? And I'm going to do a whole episode on the sexy body girl them, because they're out there and we don't want to act like we don't see them, and that they're not going to draw attention of the eye. The Almighty's creation, His greatest creation, Mother Earth. However, are you just chasing this sister because of her body or her goodie and wasting time? You have no intention, or you can't even manage the family that you've already created. You have a baby mother out there, and you're out there creating havoc and chaos. These are the questions. So you have to discipline with your time. Right now is the Armageddon struggle, the global reset. We're gonna do an episode on that. Whole heap of content coming. Don't worry yourself, we're just getting started. And all of this happening, the prophecy is fulfilling in front of our eyes. Babylon is crumbling, the fiat currency is on the verge of collapse, and you out there chase the fat sexy girl them. Oh, that going to work, Bridget. Alright, so discipline with your time. Number 2, sex in general, intercourse, love making, whatever you want to call it. Are you putting this in the proper context? Is a beautiful manifestation, and the marriage bed is sacred. So it's always a joy when you can get married and free up yourself to the fullest of your ability. That's how the Almighty intended it. But are you spending, if you're a single brethren out there who's supposed to have sighted the Almighty, identified their purpose and pursuing their purpose, are you sidetracked from your purpose because you're chasing the sexy body girl then? Or even the conscious queens, you know, but you're doing it, you know, you must not chase. Remember the order, fulfillment of the purpose. And I know that because most of the brethren them don't establish an economic base before they entangle with the system them. And this is not the order, you know what I mean? We talk about this on this channel. Establish the base, because we're building. We're builders. Africa, her creators and creation, which means we have to build solid foundations on which to build our families. I surround myself with family man. You know why? Because these men are responsible. You know, responsible brethren who gonna get things done because they are accountable to their sisters and to their children. Important. All right. Number 3, money. We have to be disciplined with money. Are you going out every night buying Moet and Hennessy? Down in Jamaica, I buy Hennessy white. And you buy for your brethren, you buy around. Yet still you don't have no money to invest in your economic future. You've not created a business plan. And remember, I said every Rastafari man is supposed to be a businessman, and every businessman requires a business plan. Do you have a business plan, my brethren? And all of these things I'm saying, I say to myself, you know, because remember, leadership means that you hold yourself to the same standard, to the higher standard. So anything I say, you know, the fire have to burn. And remember, if you want to be a fireman, is a rocky road, because any fire you burn out there in creation is gonna come forward to the eye, you know, even hotter. So any fire that I'm sending out there is because I man need that fire, even I man self. So time, sex, money, study, discipline and study. Are you constantly improving, seeking knowledge, whatever your craft, seeking mastery? A Ras means head, you know. Even if you want to take the chess match, it's commander of the gate. You want to go Lidge is the son of a noble. Any part of this trad, you're dealing with a divine standard, a high standard, you know. And this is why study is so important. Ensure that you're disciplined in your study. You know, study without distraction. Always keep growing. Once you're growing, you cannot be dying, you know. And number 5, exercise. Are you disciplined with exercise? I like to wake up in the mornings and start my day, get the body pumping, blood flowing. If you look at His Majesty, how he sit up straight, you can see that the core musculature is there. The abs them are there. His Majesty, you try sit up straight like His Majesty for some time and see who you are ramp with when it come on to posture. So that require exercise, yoga, them thing that important, you know. Your livity, not your diet, but you live it, you know. Your livity, we would have said. What are you putting into the temple, you know? Right now, I'm sipping on some apple cider vinegar in the morning. I give thanks. Read it in a book about the benefits, the health benefits, you know. So these are things, always looking for these little things that we can be doing. I'm trying to drink a lot more water. I'm getting ready to bring a sponsor on board that's gonna also help greatly increase my health, my first sponsor. We're working here, and that's the benefit of being an entertainment attorney and having a vast network. You know, even with a small subscriber base, we can still make partnerships because people see the vision and they know that I am relentless when I put my mind to something. So when we say Rastafari Media, we're going to see this thing grow, and we are going to tell our own stories. That is a fact. So again, let me just recap. We're talking about time, we're talking about sex, we're talking about money, we're talking about study, we're talking about exercise. and making sure that in all these things there is discipline. But again, the D discipline I want to emphasize, because we have two prominent figures within Rastafari that, let's be honest, a lot of brethren follow these two figures and they do not leave themselves a good legacy. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the wise King Solomon, who had 700 wives, over 700 wives and over 300 concubines. And I'm talking about the great Robert Nesta Marley, who also had many children from many different women. Robert Nesta Marley was a multi-millionaire. Solomon was a wealthy king. A lot of our brethren are living hand to mouth, but yet still they're expanding their families. And again, when you look into Chart of Solomon, you look into even Robert Nesta Marley, you see it wasn't the greatest and smoothest sailing. Give thanks for the youth them that manifest. That is the blessing of the Most High and the tender mercy. But His Majesty showed us a way. Even though His Majesty had a child during his teens, according to the Ethiopian custom, Empress Menen was a victim of child marriage and had children from before she even hit her teens. Once they came together in that Orthodox union, they had 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls, and they lived as a family, united, So we see, and again, this is intentional for the building of the nation. The highest of himself shall establish her. And then, when people look at, His Majesty marrying or selecting a queen who already had 4 children, is a redeemer. This is the redemption. That doesn't mean that you, as a young Rastafari brethren, must find a woman who have 4 children by various baby fathers, unless she was a victim of child marriage, because this can also be a sign of poor judgment as well. So we have to be very discerning, and this is no judgment to those who, because I have many brethren and many sisters who, live the baby mother, baby father life. It's a reality in our community. You cannot do work in our community and not encounter this dynamic. However, we have to draw a line in the sand and say that moving forward, we're going to try to create families where the father and the mother are in the home and all the children are under one roof. This is our divine destiny and the building of Zion. This is part of this manifestation of heaven and earth that we're talking about, and these are part of the uncomfortable conversations. So I'm telling the young brethren, discipline. Right now, to how the earth is running, you should be trying to identify your queen, because if you don't have that queen right now, it's going to be difficult to survive this Armageddon. You don't want to slip and slide right now. This is not the time. You can see what they are sending out through the airwaves. You can look at the frequency of the music and know that dark days are ahead. The filth and the nastiness, violence that they are, sending out to the youth right now. They're playing for keeps, and we have to build our own alternative. So we give thanks. And again, I'm going to do a whole series on discipline, because again, this is something I'm working on myself. People might look at all of the various activities I do and say, how you're able to discipline yourself to do it. Well, really, I do everything I do I love. So it's not even like work. But even within that, how can I become more efficient? These are the things that I'm looking at for myself. So the trad never stops, and that's the beautiful thing I love about Rastafari Chad, is that this thing never stops. It's real. Everything we talk about is real, verifiable, and it never stops. That means you don't come to 20 years in the Chad and say you're a big Ras and you sit down and you get a big belly, and no, you're working you're refining, you're growing. Wisdom. You have to keep that same hunger. As we say, remember your first iris, remember your first love. These were the songs I used to hear as a young Ras. And now that I'm over 2 decades in, I have to remind myself of that zeal along with the discipline. Because zeal without discipline, we've seen a lot of that, and it does not manifest institutions. And that is the phase that we're in right now, the building of institutions. First institution, the black family. So again, we give thanks that the time has come for the lions to tell their own story. And this is the lion's voice.
Lion voice. Well, Haile Selassie the first is the Almighty, and this is the Charles Match Kwasi. Well, the Almighty granted true love, and some guy a go on like say it need remix. And I treat true love like some junk food or some cheese tricks. Well, if the nation for rise, had them people that need fix. And this is the reason why Haile Selassie the first and Empress Menen exists. Hear this. Well, how about this? Some people want fix, some people them not ready for relationships, them not know moral code, them hold pan slackness. Be careful out the road, you a hug and you a kiss and me say. How about this? Some people want fix, some people them not ready for relationships, them not know moral code, them hold pan slackness. Actors and actresses, just watch them practice. When she see man and she think about her money, every weekend she a search for a dummy. Them your boy Joe grind, them a study. Even though the boy know things coulda get bloody. If him book up in a hobby find out. Now you in somebody house with a matic in a mouth. The things we do fi clout, what is it about? You fi seek true love, love it at the jungle road, yo. How about this? Some people want fix, some people them not ready for relationships, them not know moral code, them hold pan slackness. Be careful out the road, you a hug and you a kiss and me say. How about this? Some people want fix, some people them not ready for relationships, them not know moral code, them hold pan slackness. Actors and actresses, just watch them practice. Little boy suffer from child abuse, now him turn big man, fist him a use fi defend him views. When him argue, now him girlfriend eye black and one blue. Girlfriend cry, then him start cry too. That's when she realize him should have a Bellevue. Stay them in the bedroom, and her body bruise. Everybody want love, nobody wanna lose, yo. How about this? Some people want fix, some people them not ready for relationships, them not know moral code, them hold pan slackness. Be careful out the road, you a hug and you a kiss.